Guys, if you ever meet someone that has similar income than you, no inheritance, and yet plenty of time to do what they truly love, chances are they've got better financial literacy than you. Achieving financial resilience and freedom is not a thing that happened to you. It's a skill that you learn. Let me explain you how you can grow your financial freedom and resilience muscle in this video. So, let's dive in! Schools are supposed to give us the basic knowledge and skills we need to be ready for life in general. If I ask you if you learned the importance of how money works from your teachers, I bet that many of you won't respond positively. The question then becomes, how do we achieve financial resilience and freedom? I believe that there are 9 foundational concepts to master if you want to achieve financial resilience and freedom, so let's go through them one by one. Before we dive into these concepts, I would like to share with you my view about money, wealth, and financial freedom. Most people think about money in terms of currencies. The more dollars, euros, pounds, or any other currency in their bank account, the better. The ambitious want to be millionaire, and the very ambitious want to be billionaire. I believe that it's not a good idea to only think about money in terms of dollars, euros, pounds, or any other currency. It's better to think of money as measured in units of time. I define financial security and resilience in terms of time, as opposed to a financial net worth number. It's about having some money saved so that you can be strong and safe during some seasons of your life when unexpected things happen. Let me explain. How can you tell that you have enough money to be financially secure or resilient? When people are asked how much money do they need to feel financially secure, many come up with big numbers such as I want to be millionaire, I want to be billionaire, I want 1 million cash in the bank, or I want to make 1 million a year. Most people think that if they have a really big number like a million or a billion, they won't have to worry about money anymore. I believe that if you are only thinking about how much you make or how much you have without considering how much you spend, there is an issue with that approach. Let's go through a quick example. Imagine you and your best friends both have $100,000 in your bank accounts. You spend on average $100,000 a month. Your best friend spends on average $2,000 a month. Now, let's imagine that both of you lose your job and your monthly income. Which one of you has greater financial resilience? Well, let's do the math. If you spend $100,000 a month and has $100,000 in your bank account, you can only last 1 month before running out of money. If your best friend spends $2,000 a month on average and has $100,000 in his bank account, he can go 50 months before running out of money. I would therefore argue that your best friend has 50 times more financial security than you. The dollar amount in your bank account does not tell you anything about your financial security, but the number of months you can cover your expenses with that cash does. Put simply, your financial safety net score is how many months you can survive without any income before running out of money. Financial resilience gives you options in life. If you dislike your job, you have 2 choices. You can either stay and be unhappy, or you can leave your company. If you decide to leave your company, your financial resilience matters. If your financial safety net score is half a month of cash left, you can quit your job, but if you don't secure a new income within 15 days, you will run out of money. The same applies if you are financially dependent on your partner in a romantic relationship. When you have a high enough financial safety net score, you can choose to leave your job or any unsatisfying relationship whenever you want. Having a high enough financial safety net score can also prevent any financial stress that can impact your mental well-being. 50 to 65% of Americans live from paycheck to paycheck. They have no savings or emergency funds. The financial safety net score is less than a month. When you have no buffer against uncertainty, it makes sense to take any minor issue seriously because it could signal a bigger financial crisis. When you have a higher financial safety net score, you know that you can absorb a few bumps in the road without any difficulty. And it prevents from overreacting to every financial hiccup. There are 2 ways you can increase your financial safety net score. Because your financial resilience equals cash in the bank divided by monthly expenses, your financial safety net score increases when you either add more cash to your bank account or reduce your monthly expenses. The key point to remember is that it's not about how much you make, it's not about how much you spend, but it's about how much you keep. By saving money each month, your bank balance grows, and over time, your financial safety net score goes up. One trap that can easily prevent you from living below your mean is lifestyle inflation. Let's say you spend your entire salary every month and have a 20% raise. If you raise your financial expenses by 20%, your financial resilience does not go up. In this situation, your financial resilience goes down. This might be surprising, but let's look at an example to get this better. Let's say that you earn $10,000 per month, you have $10,000 in savings, and your monthly expenses are also $10,000. What is your financial safety net score? Your $10,000 in savings can fund your $10,000 monthly expenses for 1 month before you run out of cash. Now, let's imagine that you have a big promotion at work and your monthly income jumps from $10,000 to $20,000. And you decide to upgrade your car and your home to impress your friends. Your monthly expenses also double to $20,000. So $20,000 in monthly income, $20,000 in monthly expenses, and the same $10,000 in savings. In this scenario, what is your financial safety net score? It's half a month or 15 days if you prefer, as $10,000 in savings divided by $20,000 monthly expenses equals half a month or 15 days. Your financial safety net score is now 15 days as opposed to a month. Your financial resilience dropped by 50% after you got a 100% stellar raise. This is a problem with lifestyle inflation. Most people tend to spend more as they make more money. The better way to increase your financial resilience is to get raises and bonuses and not spend them. If your income rises but you don't increase your expenses, you'll quickly build financial resilience. The most expensive line item of your bank account can be the cost of your ego. Unfortunately, your ego doesn't bring any financial return. Sometimes people with low self-esteem overspend by making a lot of status-type expenses to impress their friends. Because they judge their worth based on what other people think about them, they end up spending a lot of money to impress those people. The issue with that way of thinking is that money is only a very useful tool to solve financial problems. Money does not solve non-financial problems. It does not solve self-worth or self-esteem problems. You can either look like you have a lot of money or you can actually have a lot of money. The former makes the latter more difficult. I define financial freedom as the point at which your financial resources exceed your financial needs. This can be achieved either through the capital gain path or the steady stream of income path. A capital gain is an investment gain you make when you sell something for more money than you originally paid for it. The thing that you sell will be usually an asset, and it's something that you own, like a house, some stocks, or a business. In the capital gain path scenario, you accumulate assets, retire, sell those assets to make a profit, spend that money, and ideally, you die before running out of money. Let's say that you sold all your assets and end up with $1 million, including your capital gain, when you retire. You have annual expenses of $50,000 a year. This gives you a financial safety net score of 20 years. If this happens when you are 70 and you are expected to live 15 more years, you will die before running out of money. The big risk with that approach is that the estimated length of your remaining life is a guess. If you end up living longer than you expected by 10 or 20 years, you will face a problem because you will run out of money before you die. In the steady stream of income path, the money that you make each month from your asset as opposed to your job covers all your monthly expenses. It can come from a real estate that you own and enables you to collect rents on it. If you own stock in a particular company, you can receive a portion of their yearly benefits through a dividend payment. In this scenario, what truly matters is the consistent income generated by your assets. To follow this steady of income approach, you will need to acquire certain skills related to the type of asset that you choose to invest in. Often, acquiring these skills will demand a lot of your time and efforts in the early stages of your journey. You might need to shift away from the employee mindset and focus all your time after work to develop those skills. For a certain season of your life, this could involve using your nights and your weekends to build the life that you want, as opposed to escape the life that you have. It's very difficult to achieve financial freedom if you think like an employee. The key to achieving financial freedom is to do two things. One, acquire resources you can invest, and two, invest resources where they can achieve a good investment return. If you adopt the investor mindset, at the beginning of your career, you work for money, but as time goes on, you shift more towards making money work for you. It's having money work for you that is vital. 10 years ago, I was not fully grasping the investor mindset. Back then, I really liked Apple and all their products. I had an iPhone, a Mac, and an iPad, but I never thought of buying some of the company's stocks. It was not very difficult to see that they had a big competitive advantage over their competitors. If I had invested $15,000 in Apple stocks, they would now be worth $184,000 without counting any dividends. If Apple continue on this path for the next 10 years, you can imagine how much those $15,000 invested in 2013 would be in 2033. Being an Apple shareholder would have been a better choice than being a contributor to their profits. At that time, I didn't have the mindset or the skills to invest in stocks, and I missed out on pretty good opportunities. I was only focused on my 9-to-5 job because I thought that this was the best way to achieve financial freedom. Today, my perspective on the purpose of a job is quite different. In my view, there are only two main reasons to have a job. Reason number one, to acquire capital to invest, and reason number two, to develop skills that allow you to earn more money or achieve higher returns on your investments. If your job does not teach you anything and you don't handle your money in a way that lets you save and invest, it will be tough to achieve financial freedom. When you are just starting, the amount of money you invest each month does not matter that much. What is really important is to have the structure, the habits, and the mindset to invest regularly. You should aim to tell yourself, great job, I managed to save $100, $1,000, or $10,000 from my salary. When you do this month after month, over many years or even decades, it accumulates and sparks a mindset shift that will help you to achieve financial freedom. You start seeing yourself as an investor first and an employee second, with your job supporting your investment activities. When I was a child in France, it was much harder to go into debt than it is today. You had limited options. You could ask for an overdraft from your bank, you could ask for a loan, or you could ask for a mortgage. Getting into debt is much easier today because you can buy something and start paying for it while you are already using it. Since debt is more accessible, more people are taking on debt. The issue is that every single dollar that you use for a loan repayment is a dollar that you cannot invest. It might not look like a lot, but it's actually significant. Let's say that you have a car loan that has a $500 payment for 60 months. This means $30,000 in total loan payment. If you invest $30,000 at 8% over 5 years, you end up making $14,000 in capital gain before tax. This $14,000 represents almost half of the price of the car. And an 8% investment return is what the stock market gives you on average. Debt financing can be a good idea in certain situations. It's a smart move to take on a debt when you invest that money in something that will make you more money than what you have to repay for that loan. To make those kind of investments, you need to be very sure of the expected profits. This can be very difficult if you are not skilled in investing or if you are not sure about your investment decisions. If you owe a lot of money, cut down on your expenses and work very hard to pay off your debt quickly. I encourage you to think about where your time goes. No matter how much money you have, we each have 24 hours in a day and 168 hours in a week. People have widely different outcomes in terms of the return of investment of their time. To some extent, you get what you focus on. If you are focused on living above your means and not creating financial resilience and freedom, don't be surprised if you get what you focus on and don't get what you neglected. Financial freedom is not something that happens by accident. You have to actively work for it. Controlling your time is the highest dividend money pays. This is it for today, guys. If you got some value from this video, feel free to drop a like And if you want to receive more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all and peace out.